Hi, this is Kat and welcome back to my channel. So this video is all about my February TBR game, and I wanted to go ahead and go over the books that I've read this past month. Real quick, I will not be doing a wrap up, so to speak, in this video. It will be in its separate video on its own, but I will say that I completed my books from last month, and I will just show them briefly. So, but I won't go into many details. So last month, one of the prompts was Achilles, read an award-winning book, and that one I picked was Homegoing, and I have also completed this. The next prompt that I had was Prisoner, You're Stuck, pick a second book from the last prompt you had, so that was award-winning. And The Emperor, randomize a month, pick a book published in that month. I don't recall what the month was. I have to go and look at that, and if you hear noises, it's my dogs right now. They're play fighting right now. But what's it called? So for these two prompts also, they came from me landing on a villain, so that's why I had two. And this book that I picked is Dangerous Passage, and it was an ebook, and I did complete that. And for my final prompt of last month, it was The Fates, peek ahead at the next 3 cards and choose one, and I chose Genie, blindly pick a book off your shelf. And for that, I picked And We're Off. Again, I just briefly ran through those, but in my wrap up, I will talk more in detail about them and the author, who the authors were. I'm going to share my husband's prompts from last month, and it did talk to him briefly about possibly showing his prompts within the video, and he was okay with that. He doesn't want to be on camera, so he won't talk about his books, but he will show me like the prompts that he has, and at the end of the month I will show him, or I will show y'all the books that he chose for those prompts. So he won't pick his books necessarily now. He's more of that mood reader throughout the month. So just stay tuned for those two. But I'm going to share his last month's prompts. One of his prompts that he had was Abu, and this is for an animal on the cover. The other prompt that he had was Anastasia, read a book with less than 3,000 ratings. And his last prompt that he had was, it says, Scuttle, play a round of categories. Your prompt will be the next card pulled. And I said categories, it's basically a random letter generator is how we played this. So he didn't actually we don't really own categories. So I might have to just rename that prompt later on, I understand what I meant by that. But basically random letter generator, and then he had to draw another card to get a prompt with it. And so he got Court of Miracles, randomly generate between 150 to 500 to get the number of pages your book must have. I don't remember the number that he had, but he ended up getting the letter B, and the number of pages, I can't remember. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about what February is going to bring. Right now, I have started a part-time job, and right now I'm working on how that schedule is going to affect my filming schedule, and just like the editing and all that. So if you see that it's kind of sporadic, it's just me getting used to just when I'm going to have those getting used to the schedule that I have. But it is a consistent part-time job, so it's just a matter of how I'm going to reshift and balance just day-to-day things. So I will have my definite schedule later on, and we'll put that on the community tab at some point or in a video. With that being said, in February, I also don't know how much reading I'm going to be doing, but I'm just going to try to go as normal as I possibly can. So I wanted to do a readathon. I'm trying to do a readathon every month if there are some out there that interest me. And so I am going to do a readathon this month, and that is the X's and O's reading challenge. And I have the information in the description box because right now I don't remember the name, but I will make sure I'll put that to give them credit. And this readathon is only a week long, so I thought that would be something fun to do within that week. And I'll go over those prompts after the video where I show the roles. So if that's something you're interested in, just stay tuned right after those roles. So that's all the housekeeping that I have right now. And again, I apologize for if you hear my animals eating now, chewing very loudly. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and see the roles. Okay, so last time when I played, was landed right here, and this is my husband's right there. So at the end of the video, you might get to see his roles, but we're gonna go ahead and roll in 3 times, and we shall start. Roll 1. That is a 5. Okay, so that is a card. 2 worlds. Read a book with a 2-word title. Okay, so for role number 1, we have 2 words. I think I said worlds. I apologize for that, but 2 words. And this is from Phil in Hercules. That's his saying. But it says, read a book with a 2-word title. So for this book, I chose the next in the series from Dangerous Passage, Lisa Hill's, I think, her next book in that series, and it is called Fatal Exchange. And this one follows the sister of the main character in the first book, so I guess it's like a companion novel or a companion series. And so the sister Emily is a teacher, and she is held hostage one day in her classroom by someone, and is basically trapped, and it follows that story. I guess the male interest isn't the undercover cop knows of this hostage situation and is actually trying to diffuse it, and is gonna, I guess, try to help her. And so that's basically the premise of the book. So kind of very thrillery, and I guess we'll see if that is something that gets diffused or not. The last book had a romance, and so I'm assuming this book will have that romance too, but I'm not 100%. So that is the book that I'm going to choose. Roll number 2. Okay, 5 again. 1, 2, 3. Chip, read a children's or middle grade book. Awesome. Okay, so for role number 2, we have Chip from Beauty and the Beast. And Chip says read a children's or middle grade book. And this is a perfect one to choose for the next book in the Chronicles of Narnia series. And I read The Horse and His Boy, which is chronologically the book right after The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. So I'm just going to go ahead and go to the next one from that. And the next book is Prince Caspian. I saw the movie, but that is all I know. So I don't know if it's exactly like the movie, but we follow this prince, his story, and that's all I know. So, final roll. All right, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Agrabah. Book cover needs to be colorful. Okay. Simple prompts this time. So the final roll, I got Agrabah, which is the place in the movie Aladdin. And this says book cover needs to be colorful. So for this book, or for this prompt, I chose another Tessa Afshar book, and this is Bread of Angels. And it has the many colors. You got your green, your orange, your purple. Her hair is kind of golden with some brown, and there's a little bit of blue here, so it's pretty colorful. And so this is one of her other books within the New Testament, and the book follows Lydia. Lydia is a woman in the New Testament who is known for her purple dye, like for fabric dyeing, and she is one of those who is mentioned in the Bible also, like with the early church. So we will see more of the early church. We'll probably get to meet Peter. I'm pretty sure there might be Peter in here, but it doesn't say right off the bat, but I can't wait to dive into this. And Lydia actually made an appearance in one of the other books as a child, and so I'm wondering if there's going to be like a correlation. I guess there's like that companion novel like feel to it, but we'll see. I'm excited again and can't wait. So that would be for my pick for this prompt. So for Chantel's Read Your Bookshelf Challenge, I completed The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which was that first book for the first book of the challenge. And so each prompt is going to play off of the previous read. And so for this one, the prompt for February is to choose a book with complementary colors on the cover or the spine. And so looking at the picture that I have here, the audiobook has this kind of tinge of like lime green. You can see it in the grass part where the children and the lion are playing. And in a way, the undertones of the audio picture has this green tinge. So I will show you a screen recording of the color, and there is this brightish purple color. And so looking through the books that I'm interested in reading, I found one that was really, really close, and it is on the cell phone of this picture, and the book is called 1 Part Sugar, 2 Part Murder. Believe that's the correct order. I said it wrong like earlier, but that's the title. It's by Valerie Burns, and this is like a cozy mystery, so to speak. At Book Lover Amanda, she really liked this book, and I thought I would give it a go. So this book, from my understanding, is a woman who owns a bakery, and she is caught with the murder weapon of, I guess it's the mayor who got killed, and so someone in the town dies, and she ends up having the murder weapon within the store, and it's like, is it her, is it not, what's going on? So this should be a fun kind of read. It looks cutesy, so I think it'll be a nice read to have. And like I said, the color is right there on her cell phone. All right, so those are the 4 for sure books that I will be reading this month. And so, as I mentioned earlier in this video, there is a readathon that I am interested in participating in, and so I'm going to talk about that right now. Again, all the information is going to be linked down below in the description box, and the readathon is called X's and O's, and this readathon is all on like Discord, and I don't have a Discord, so I'm going to do the readathon, but I'm not like gonna like participate on Discord, just because it's just not I don't have a Discord and I don't want to make one. But I will be participating kind of like on my own. The readathon, you have 2 teams. You have your X team and your O team, and depending on the team you choose determines the prompt that you will have. And so there are 3 prompts, and there are also Instagram challenges, and they're like photo challenges. So there's 5, and I think it's like for each day, each challenge day. And I will try to participate in the Instagram challenge, like the photo a day one. I don't think that would be too hard for me to do. So that would be, if that would be something you're interested in, I will make sure I'll link my Instagram account also below, my book one, and you can see those prompts. I did choose Team O because I felt like those were more cutesy, or at least those prompts I thought were more to my taste. And for prompt number 1, and let me go and get my list. So for prompt number 1, it was to read a book that has friends to lovers trope. And for this prompt, the book that I chose is All That It Takes by Nicole Deese. And I really liked the first one. This book is a companion book to the first one, and it follows the brother, and he is a pastor. He has this house, I guess, that he rents out to his sister's friend. So how I'm fitting this prompt is, I mean, you wouldn't just rent your house, rent part of like your apartment to anyone, so you would have to know them. And so I feel like they're on a friend basis, and so yeah, that's why I picked this one. Hopefully that's correct, but I'm tweaking it. I'm tweaking it, but it's a beautiful cover, and I like the first book a lot. I think that this book is going to be really great. Like I said, it follows the brother of the main character in the first book, and this hits his love story, so it'll unfold from there. And it will complete one of my, I guess, series, but it's a duology, so it'll complete that, and I can't wait to read it. Oshina really likes it, and that's, that's good enough for me. So the next prompt that is on the readathon is a book with pink on the cover. And for this one, I'm going to go easy. I'm just going to choose one of the other books that I already have on my TBR, and that is the 1 part sugar, 2 part murder. There's pink on the icing. And so for the final prompt, this one is a little confusing, but I'll try to explain it as best I can. It has certain candy hearts on the Readathon poster, and the conversation hearts are actually a thing. Like there were like little candies where it had certain words on it, like babe or love or happy, and so like, you know, little conversation starters. And so for the OS team, they're more of like your cutesy ones. So one is soulmate, you and me, be mine, and self-love, I believe, is the last one. And so how they worded well, from my understanding, how this works, you choose one of the words on the heart. So for example, the one that I chose was the heart that says you and me. And instead of having all 3 words on the title, you can choose one of those words, and would count for as a word. And so this one, I chose a library book, and I don't have it with me, but I'll show a picture right here. But it's called Color Me Lonely, and that's by Melody Carlson, I believe is the last name. This book is a first in a series. This is a young adult series, and from what I know from the book, the synopsis is you have 2 female friends who grew up together, and they reach, I think it's like middle school, or I'm not really sure what their age range is, but at one point their friendship is split because one of them decides to go a different direction with, I think, a more popular crowd, leaving the other one alone. And so it talks about that split, that betrayal, and like what this girl is going through. So that's all I know. Like I said, it is a series, so I saw that a lot of these series had different colors to it, so I thought that was pretty cool. I think it's like the Color Me series, and so hopefully that is something that I do enjoy, and that's another series that I'll put on my, you know, to read list. So that is all the Readathon books, and if I hadn't mentioned before, this readathon is a week long. It starts from February 3rd to February 8th. And again, everything is linked down in the description box. Okay, so this is gonna be hubby's rolls. All right, he's gonna use a bigger die. All right, so this is his, but I'm gonna help him out. He has 6. Okay, he gets a card. Show the camera. There you go. Once Upon a Dream. Read a classic. You can just see his crazy eyes right now. Okay, this was roll number 2. Oh, look at you. Pegasus goes straight across. Awesome. Okay, there you go. Gift basket. Pick a book that was gifted to you.
I'll have to think about that one. Yeah, I don't know many books.
I don't know either. Maybe this could be something that I can gift you.
You should go buy me something.
I probably should. Okay. All right, that one over here is number 6. He's still trailing me. Not there yet. Okay, last one. Midnight. Read a book with a time of day in the title. Ooh, you kind of got hard prompts this month. All right. Well, thank you, husband. Thank you, hubby.
You're welcome.
Okay, so my husband's roles, he rolled Once Upon a Dream from, what is it? Once Upon a Dream from Sleeping Beauty, and that is to read a classic, which he'll have a fun time trying to find one that he wants to read. The next one was Gift Baskets, and this is from Pocahontas. It is to pick a book that was gifted to you. His next prompt is Midnight, read a book with a time of day in the title. Okay, so like I said, at the end of the month, I will discuss what books he's picked because he's more of that mood reader, and so I give him flexibility for that. Okay, so that is the end of my video, and if you are curious about any of these books, please let me know, and I will see you in my next video. My wrap-up is coming up, so if you are curious about how I thought about some of these books, and I will say DNF count for me, so if at any point I DNF a book, I count that as completed because I did complete the prompt. It's just I didn't enjoy the book, or I felt like that book I should not be reading, and I don't have to pick up another book. And so I give myself grace for that, and so we may see that in play in the wrap-up. But if you enjoy this video, give it a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.